Hey, it's Austin with Northwest Registered Agent, and I'm here today with James. James, thank you so much for being here.
Oh, my pleasure.
Today, we are going to be talking about what happens when your registered agent's address changes, and we'll talk about how to handle the process if you have a non-commercial agent. So, James, we had a client reach out to us today with a question. Their registered agent address changed and they're not exactly sure what to do. What should I tell them?
Ultimately, it's going to depend on if they actually used a professional registered agent service or not. If they didn't, it's going to fall on them to actually make the change with the Secretary of State. If they did use a professional service like a Northwest registered agent, they definitely will make that change. If they're unsure if their agent is going to make that change for them, they should probably reach out just to make sure.
Okay, so in the situation that they aren't using a professional registered agent service and the government changes their registered agent address, do they need to do anything then?
The Secretary of State isn't going to make any sort of differentiation between voluntary and involuntary address changes. So ultimately, it's going to fall on them to make that change.
Okay, that's really good to know. So in the situation then where the client is the one that has to make that change with the Secretary of State, could you break down what that process kind of looks like?
Certainly, because it's going to look different depending on the state that you're in. Some states you do a statement of change, other states you can do an amendment, and even other ones you do a change in registered agent filing. In states like Washington, you can actually do it on your annual report and do it at the same time that you're actually updating their information anyway. It is important to note, though, that once you do actually change this, it's going to show up on any Secretary of State searches as well as any future filings.
So you mentioned importance. Can you kind of break down the importance of having this information updated with the Secretary of State?
Oh, absolutely. It's extremely important that they have the registered agent address up to date for service of process. Missing any sort of legal documentation could very well jeopardize their business.
That's pretty scary. So once they have updated the registered agent information with the Secretary of State, would there be anything else that they would need to do?
Just keep in mind any other places they would have used the registered agent address and make sure those are updated as well.
Oh, great. Thank you. So today, we learned that if you aren't using a professional registered agent service and the address changes, you will have to update it with the Secretary of State. Whereas if you're using a professional registered agent, they will likely make the updates for you. We also learned that how you make this update will vary by state. In some states, you will file a statement of change or an amendment. Some states, such as Washington, will allow you to make the change on your annual report. You'll also need to make the update anywhere you might have listed the old address. Well, James, thank you so much for being here.
Oh, absolutely my pleasure.
And don't forget, if you have any questions, leave it in the comments. Legal mail is scary, but we've got you covered. If you found this video helpful, give it a like. We've picked out 2 other videos you might find useful. You need tools to build something big? Subscribe now.